Guess so.
Cool. So I couldn't figure out. I wanted to figure out other like generation gaps because we don't really have. Because I'm 28. You said you were turning 24, 25?
No, 25.
25.
Yeah.
So I mean, we basically remember the same things.
Yeah, I mean, we're not.
What did you do growing up? Did you watch a lot of TV and movies? Were you
I watched a lot of like cartoons when I was like, how young are we thinking? Like high school?
even before that? Do you remember like Nickelodeon or Disney shows?
Yeah, so I was a big fan of Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network was big.
Cartoon Network was a good one, and then the Rugrats. I love the Rugrats.
I was a big Rugrats kid.
Yeah, I was all about the Rugrats.
Tommy was the man. The whole gang. Phil and Lil were dope.
Yeah, but on Cartoon Network, Dexter's Laboratory was my jam.
Dexter's Laboratory was good. Rugrats was actually more progressive than people think.
Yeah.
Because Phil and Lil, they used to like swap their bow all the time, and like Phil was never worried about wearing a bow as a boy. So that was pretty legit.
Another good one was the Looney Tunes. Did you ever watch the Looney Tunes? That wasn't Looney Tunes. Sorry, Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry.
That's old. That's old for me too. I remember Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like Tom and Jerry. And then of course the Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes for sure. Animaniacs.
Yeah.
I was big into like the Disney movies, so like Johnny Tsunami. Do you remember Brink? Do you remember these movies?
Yeah, I remember Brink, the rollerblade.
Yeah.
Funny story about that is me and my buddy bought rollerblades in high school, and we would just ride around trying to be like Brink.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's literally what got me into kind of skateboarding too, because I initially got into rollerblading, and we'd go to like skate parks and just kind of rip it up, and then I kind of converted into skateboarding. And then, that got me into, like, snowboarding, too. Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah. Those were... Oh, they were so good. But, I mean, I wasn't really into, like, the old Disney movies, though. Like,
Aladdin and Lion King and all that.
Like, I've never seen those.
Because you're big on, like, Pixar movies now. You've never even seen Aladdin?
I've never seen Aladdin... Well, I don't remember seeing Aladdin.
You may have seen it.
I maybe have seen
Beauty and the Beast?
Not the original one, but I've seen the newer one.
With Emma Watson?
Yeah.
Emma Watson, right? Not Emma Stone.
Yeah, Emma Watson, yeah. So I haven't seen any of those. I need to watch those, but I haven't.
Those are like classics, man. You've seen The Lion King. That's like, everyone has seen The Lion King.
I don't remember The Lion King.
How? What do you mean you don't remember it? You don't remember Mufasa, Simba?
This is everyone's reaction. The only thing I remember is him holding the little lion.
Simba, Simba. The Circle of Life?
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember.
Alright, I mean...
Other than that, it's nothing.
Rafiki held him up. I mean, that's a pretty, big scene in cinematography.
Yeah.
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 Cinematic history. It's huge. And like, it's an iconic photo.
Yeah, right?
Iconic pose, iconic photo. Damn, man. So what were you doing? Like, what was it like growing up in, like, where are you from?
What was it like?
How many kids did you graduate in high school?
200.
It's about where I did. I was like 210, I think.
I think we had about 2,000 kids at Granite Bay. So, I mean, there was a lot going on. You knew there was a big amount of people. But what did I do growing up? 8th grade through senior year of high school, it was pretty much all just like snowboarding.
Yeah?
Yeah, like that's what we did. We went up to Tahoe all the time. We would sometimes just, like when we got our driver's license, we would skip school sometimes just to go snowboarding.
Just go ride, rip it up.
Like, there's no one there, There's like maybe 10 people in line, and that's it.
That's perfect. I've been to Tahoe
all day.
I've been to Tahoe, to Squaw Valley, and North Star.
Yeah.
Tahoe is awesome.
Yeah, that's what I consider my home mountain is North Star.
North Star, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty legit. I'm going up to Mammoth actually this weekend.
Yeah, I know, you're telling me about that.
I'm so stoked.
Jealous.
I haven't checked the weather report yet, but apparently they got a bunch of snow last week. There was a big storm that was in.
Dude, go to the hot springs there.
The hot springs?
There's hot springs, like right outside of Mammoth Lakes.
Yeah?
Beautiful. And it's just like...
Is it near the resort? Like what's Mammoth even set up like? There's a couple different peaks, right? And then there's
So I've only been to the hot springs. I've never went in the town. Mm-hmm. But what I know is you go off the highway, I think, for about like, don't quote me on this, like 15, 20 minutes. And then you get to the town and then the resorts are right there. But if you go back to the highway and you go, I'm pretty sure it's about a 5-minute drive south, and then you go on some dirt roads, and you get to like
So
4
it's
different hot
south
springs.
of Mammoth Mountain. And
I'll show you a map and
Yeah.
everything, and you should definitely go. It'd be the perfect like unwind to a snowboarding day.
Oh yeah.
Just like in a nice hot tub. And
Every time we go riding, every time we do either Big Bear trips or back on the East Coast, the Sunday River Loon, like we have to pick a spot that has a jacuzzi or hot tub.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
so perfect.
It's the best.
All your aching joints. I don't go riding that much anymore, so everything just gets stiff and sore. But
you don't have as much stamina as you used to.
No.
Like when you're riding. Like I know now because I haven't gone a lot living in San Diego, and it not being winter, of course. But when I go, I'll just get tired by lunch, and I'll be like, "What happened?" I used to leave the resort at like the latest I could leave it. You know, just have so much stamina. But now we're getting old, man.
Dude, you're telling me, man. I'm like 3 years older than you. I'm on the basketball court, and like kids are like giving me one jab step and blowing by me. I'm like, fuck.
Like, darn.
I can't hang with these kids anymore.
I remember the good old days.
And did you play basketball in high school?
Yeah, so Nick and I played on the same team actually. But I played. That's what I did too. Growing up is, I think I started in like 4th grade when I was just like a little guy, maybe a little earlier than that, and I just played throughout high school.
Probably before that, because my nephew is playing MABA, which is like kind of just pick up basketball for little kids, and he's 11 basically. So that's
probably the starting point right there. So I played that my whole life, and I snowboarded, and those were like my 2 main things that I did. 2 main sports.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm super stoked. Dead air right now.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going with that.
Yeah. We can pause it right now. But, yeah, your samurai swords, you can go to and get them professionally sharpened. There's like dudes that just like chilling in their garage and they do kitchen knives, they do all sorts of different like box cutter razor blades for industries and stuff.
Oh, really?
So,
I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much it would cost, but so your brother had a set of 3.
My brother had a set of 6.
6 samurai swords.
6 samurai swords that he bought, and then he ended up selling 3, and then he ended up just leaving the other 3 at the house when he moved out and whatnot. So when we moved down here, I found them hidden in like the back closet, and so I was like, you know what, this will be like a cool decoration piece. So I just brought 3 of the samurai swords, and I ended up actually selling one, just to see like how much I could get for it. And
there's definitely a market for this shit.
Yeah,
you could,
dude. You should have saw the people that were hitting me up on Craigslist. Like one guy said that he needed it for self-defense, and he just carries around a sword at all times.
What?
And I'm
What's
just
your bronies?
Yeah,
I want to meet this guy. I want to see him walk into like tavern or like
with the samurai sword.
You'd probably get it checked at the door.
Oh yeah, there's no way you could bring that in.
A martial arts weapon.
But I'm sure he brings it into like Target or Walmart and things like that.
No, you can't bring a samurai sword into Target. Can you?
I mean,
there's got to be a law against.
I don't know. I mean, in some places of the country, you can bring guns into places.
Texas.
So, yeah, so.
Yeah, you should mount these on your wall.
Yeah, I need to do something with them. But they're pretty cool.
Yeah, if you want to sell them, you could just go to like a flea market or like the swap meet and Sports Arena Boulevard. I used to live right by there.
Yeah.
That place is pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. I literally lived right across the street. You know when you're driving in and the Coliseum or whatever, the Valley View Casino Center is right there, and there's an apartment complex right across the street. Straight hood, like homeless people were there like all the time. I literally moved there without stepping foot in California before. Never like looking at the place. My buddy who I live with now, he was like, "Hey man, like we can visit each other." We're like, "Hey, we're moving out to California." He's like, because he works from home. He was like, "Fuck yes, absolutely." Because he was living in Florida at the time, moved back to Boston, and I just got sick of Boston, and I was like, "Yo, we have to go," because I had some friends out here from college. So like, we're going out to California. I'm going to San Diego. Like, do you want to come with? He was like, "Absolutely." What was I talking
And
about?
then you just show up at this place?
Oh, yeah. So so he flies out, and I didn't buy a plane ticket. He was like, hey, I'm going to check out a couple different places.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, whatever you pick, I'm down for. Like, I don't care. Like, just get me to San Diego. So they picked this place, and yeah, it got me here. We stayed there for like a year. I slept on an air mattress for 8 months, 8 straight months. Slept on an air mattress.
That had to do wonders for your back.
It was. I mean, I got used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
It actually was the same air mattress too for all 8 months. It would like deflate naturally, and I would fill it back up, but I never popped it or anything. But yeah, so I knew I wasn't gonna stay in that spot. So I was like, I don't want to get my whole bed set up before and then bring it in here and then move it. So I'll just get a new spot or get a bed whenever we find a new spot. So it gave me motivation to like get a job and like actually find a dope spot to live. And that's when we got this house on Crown Point.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't even imagine that's like your first experience with California is going there.
Yeah, I mean,
that, like, all right.
I was like, all right, yeah, I guess I'm living here. But it was cool because I was like never really there. I was out, I was exploring because I was right near Sunset Cliffs where you actually just went to film. So it was that, you know, just going out to the hikes and like Potato Chip, going into the desert, going north to La Jolla and like the coves and like everything. So it just really got me out of the house and like exploring the new city. Even downtown is cool. It has its unique areas. Like there's this like gorge. Have you been to the suspension bridge downtown yet? Yeah. Over the gorge. Just checking out that. So it was cool. But yeah, that whole road trip was awesome, man. Driving out from Boston, we went to Niagara Falls. Then from Niagara Falls, we went to South Bend, to Notre Dame, all the way to Chicago. Spent a couple days in Chicago. Chicago's awesome. We actually saw the world's biggest cuckoo clock in Ohio. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's in this town of like 500 people.
Really?
And yeah, the whole town, like the downtown area is set up like Sweden or Norway. It's got these old, you know, have you ever seen like the buildings of Norway and how it's kind of like cottage-esque? Yeah. It's almost like Smurfville. Yeah. The whole place is like that. And we got there at 4 a.m. and we were waiting like a whole half hour because it's supposed to cuckoo every half hour. And it didn't do it, and we figured, because we were at 4 in the morning, it's not gonna, like how annoying would that be, like every half hour and 4 a.m. So it was a 2-story cuckoo clock.
Dang.
With like sculptures and everything. That was pretty badass.
That's pretty cool.
Went from there to, have you ever seen The Field of Dreams? It's an old Kevin Costner movie about baseball, and he builds this baseball diamond on his cornfield because he had a dream. Anyway, it's an amazing movie, but the baseball field's still there. Yeah. It's like this kind of historic Americana landmark. So we went there, scooped some dirt up, checked that out, and then we went all the way down to Denver. Spent a couple days in Denver. Went to the Colorado State game.
There we go.
Went to Coors Field. We went to a White Sox game in Chicago, but then
wasn't Coors Field pretty cool?
Coors Field's awesome. Yeah, Denver, really like the whole city is set up pretty nice.
They have a good layout to their city.
They do. Yeah. People always rag about like, oh, I have to be near the ocean or whatever, but I like Denver.
I could see myself moving back to Denver. I mean, not right now, or living back in Colorado.
Did that ever bug you, not being near an ocean?
No. Well, I've never been I've never lived next to an ocean. Like Sacramento's not like, we're like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the nearest ocean. So like you can go, but it's not something that you do all the time. Yeah. You know, so like it never bothered me. And plus I'm more of a mountain guy, so it bothered me not going to Tahoe versus going to the coast. Right. So that was kind of my dilemma.
True. I was kind of the same way. I grew up inland. From the East Coast and from Cape Cod and Maine and all that. And I went to school in New Hampshire because I was a mountain kid too. So I snowboarded a lot. Yeah. So yeah, it never really bugged me. I mean, I love the ocean, but I mean, you could find lake life is just as cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Living on a lake like Tahoe would be sick. Yeah. Places in Austin and down in Texas.
Yeah, there's a lot of lake life is probably my favorite life.
It is pretty sweet.
Cool. Like especially if you can find a lake like Tahoe and live like that, then dude, that's all you need.
It's just super small.
Yeah, it's small. It's getting bigger. South Lake is, I mean, it's not huge, but
is Squaw South Lake?
No, Squaw's North Lake.
North Lake.
Yeah,
And North Star's South Lake.
North Star's